Hi, Busy Bees.
Hi.
We, I guess, couldn't help ourselves from making a video. I thought it would be fun, since 4th of July is coming up this weekend, to show you guys how you can safely make your own fireworks and even kind of put on your own fireworks display that you can show moms and dads, brothers and sisters. Now, a couple of things about fireworks that are, one is they're usually dangerous because you need fire. This doesn't, you don't need fire. You need some water and some oil and some food coloring, and then we have paper towels just in case. The other thing is a lot of times they make noise, and I know that our Turbo doesn't mind, but Gracie's not a fan of the noise. And I know that a lot of you guys have, a lot of you have pets and a lot of you have little brothers and sisters, so I thought it would be fun to show you fireworks that don't use fire and don't make noise. So we're going to show you how to make no noise fireworks in the kitchen. And we're going to switch things up a little bit because I want you guys to be able to see things really well. So we're going to rearrange and then come right back. So you won't see our faces, but we'll be talking you through how to set this up. Okay, so we have our glass with water. You'll want it to be a glass that you can see through so that you can see your fireworks happen in here. And now Mr. Burkett, for the first step, is gonna pour some oil into this, and he's gonna pour enough to make a nice layer. And if you remember all the way, that's kind of fun. If you remember all the way back to January when we were learning about our polar animals, we talked about penguins and how they stay dry. They stay pretty dry because their feathers are coated in an oil, and when he pours, you can see that you can actually see the little oil drops, and they don't actually mix with the water. So the oil and the water don't mix together. They actually make their own little layers. So if you look, you can see the water still here, and then you can see this nice thin layer. All the oil went back together kind of with itself, and it's on top of the water. So now, in the spring, we learned a little bit about what's called density. And Mr. Burkett's gonna help us learn just a little bit more, and that's really what makes this work and helps you make your fireworks that don't make noise. So the way I explained density to the Busy Bees was that density isn't necessarily about how heavy something is, but it's about how close together the little pieces that make up a certain substance or an object can pack together. So how or why do these two things, why does the oil sit on top like that then?
Well, and like Mrs. Burkett was saying, is that when you think about the water and the oil, those are two different substances. And just like Mrs. Burkett said, the water is able to pack really closely together, but the oil's not able to do that. It's really loosely packed together. And because of that, it will then want to go to the top, and the water will want to go to the bottom. Now, the food coloring that we have to use is based in water. So if you look at our glass, the water is on the bottom, but the oil's on the top. So if we add something that is based on water, it's going to want to try to get to the water. But when you put little drops in, they have to fight through this layer of oil, and they're gonna do that really slowly. And by the time they get to the water, that's when we're gonna see our fireworks.
So I gave you your favorite color, red, and I have one of my favorite colors, blue. And so we're each gonna just do some drops around the oil. And then we have to be patient, and we have to wait for our little drops to start coming through into the water.
And you can kind of see, if you look down at the bottom, the little droplets are trying to poke through
bottom
of that oil.
They are.
And at a certain point, when they just keep fighting and keep fighting, they're gonna break through, and they're gonna be able to go down into that water and make those colorful fireworks. or something. Oh, there.
Oh, look at that! So we did have to wait a bit, but there's our, it looks like the blue is winning right now. Maybe the red is a little slower, but there's our blue fireworks.
Wow.
Look at that.
And that's just what you have to do is we found that sometimes we added a couple more drops, and right when the drops get heavy enough to push through that oil layer, that's when you get that really pretty firework.
That does look really cool.
Yeah.
Oh, there it goes, there it goes.
There's the red.
So there we had to wait a little bit longer, and Mr. Burkett added one more or two more?
I think 2 more drops.
And the red, now the red is coming, our red fireworks are coming through. That's so cool.
Wow. And they're going so slow.
That's really cool. It's like you're putting on a slow motion fireworks display.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
Whoa.
Now we're
Look
getting
at
all
that.
kinds of them coming. Look at that.
Oh, look. It's like a
think it's-
finale.
It is. And I think
Look at that. And then in the bottom, if you look really close, that you can kind of see the two mixing together and it looks a little purple. They do kind of stay separate though.
yeah.
Well, we didn't know what was going to happen, but this
Yeah.
is pretty cool.
Look at that. Well, this, if you do this, you can have your own inside, very safe and very quiet fireworks show.
Except for us being very excited about it. But that looks really cool and it's still going. All right, so we wanted to make sure that you guys saw that Turbo and Gracie approved. So Turbo, Gracie approved of our no noise fireworks in the kitchen. And so this, again, it's very safe for you to do. You might have to have moms and dads help you just get the things that you need, but you can then put on a safe and no noise fireworks show for them as a treat. And you can test out different colors. We just used red and blue because those are our favorite colors, but whatever kinds of food coloring colors you might have, you can see, and you can see if you can get them to mix, or maybe you can find ways to make your show go a little faster than ours, or maybe a little slower. So thank you, Mr. Burkett, for explaining why we could make our no noise fireworks in the kitchen. Bye.
Bye.